Hi, I'm your host, Cookie Masterson, or as I was known in high school, The Streak. I see we have 3 players, and none of you is Keanu Reeves. Okay, we're good to go. Let's do this. This is round 1, and that means you get 500 points for everyone you fool with your made-up answer, and you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's your first question. Used in medical studies, a robot at the UK's Health and Safety Laboratory goes by the name Blank Larry. Now use your device to type a lie that might fool the other players into believing it. If you get stuck, for half the points you can use the Lie For Me button and get a suggestion. Do it now! Okay, here are your choices. Find the truth and touch it on your device. All right, who picked what? And that means this lie didn't get picked. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Gloucestershire, England is home to the Cotswold Olympics, the highlight of which is the traditional blank kicking competition. Type in your lies now. Okay, which one's the truth? Let's see what everybody selected. And look at what we have left. One single, lonely, pitiful lie. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. A Swedish man who works as a dishwasher receives disability benefits due to his unusual addiction to blank. Enter your lies now. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. Okay, let's take a look. And we're done. Now it's round 2, where all point values are doubled. Let's do it. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. One of Kim Jong-il's many titles was Invincible and Ever-Triumphant General and Highest Incarnation of the Revolutionary Comradely blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. All right, where's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick? Well, don't you feel foolish. Or IAETGAHIOTRCL for short. And nobody fell for this one. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. It's time for a road trip. When on the Hawaiian island of Molokai, be sure to visit the Hula Hua post office where you're able to mail blank without using a package. Enter your lies now. Okay, here are your choices. All right, let's see what everybody picked. And the rest of the board goes unselected. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. A Brazilian environmental group launched a campaign in 2009 to save the rainforest by urging people to pee in blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. Okay, let's take a look. They believe saving the Earth should be a #1 priority. And nobody picked the other lies up there. It's time for the final fibbage. Just one final question, and it's worth triple. Good luck. Okay, here is your final fibbage question. Brand name of the patented synthetic testicles for pets. Enter your lies now. Hurry up, use a suggestion if you can't think of anything. All right, where's the truth? All right, who picked what? And look what we have here. A cheaper option is to just not cut your dog's testicles off. And look at what we have left. One single, lonely, pitiful lie.
Hello to you, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. More players than you can probably get to play right now, and yes, that is a challenge. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's proceed. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from these fact categories. Racehorses went on strike from 1922 to 1923. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Vanuatu has an underwater post office. The Playboy Mansion has gargoyles with human breasts. Candied goat turds is a popular snack in Nova Scotia. A spider has a small orgasm every time it bites something. Over 250,000 pets have prosthetic testicles. In the original Beauty and the Beast eats Beauty's father. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round 1. Here are your new fact categories. A woman in Idaho won the lottery by playing the serial number on her breast implants. Jada Pinkett Smith was the lead singer of a new metal band called Wicked Wisdom. Richard Nixon had 6 pet dogs die during his presidency. A can of Pringles was placed inside of the Voyager 1 space probe. Mayor McCheese appeared in a 1984 campaign ad for Ronald Reagan. Osama bin Laden was watching 2.5 Men when he was shot. The Indian military developed a grenade filled with spicy chili. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is making money. Check out these facts about making money and see if you know which are true and which are lies. The U.S. Mint loses $1 trillion a year making new money. It costs less to make a silver dollar than to print a paper dollar. The U.S. Mint earns $1 for every dime made. It costs more to print a $10 bill than a $100 bill. It costs over 11 cents to make a U.S. nickel. A penny costs exactly 1 cent to manufacture. Temporary currency printed on cotton was used to save money during the Civil War. Let's see the final scores.
Standing by for start of game. We're set.
Attention, there are flowers. Flowers have been delivered from a prisoner. So if anyone's expecting flowers from a prisoner, they're at the front desk. Thank you.
Okay, and we are frosting the cake, and we want it to sound delicious and go. People have, like, it's very clear. You know, certain people, to me, it's a mystery. Like, what her butt looks like? Well, I mean, it doesn't look like...
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. I see we have 3 players ready to throw down some steaming piles of trivia. Handle those screws carefully. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
The San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, let's light this sucker.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Let's start with Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Player 2, what are you implying exactly? Players 1 and 3, Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Coming up next, his acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? Player 2, who gets the screw? Believe it, Player 3, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to answer. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt. Player 2, your screw didn't work out quite right.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Next up, brought to you by the letter Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Player 1, watch the time. Player 1. Players 2 and 3. Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! You each just earned yourselves an extra $1,000 for that one. And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Take a stab at Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno. Player 1, who are you gonna screw? You're screwed, Player 3. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Let this be a lesson to you. Player 1 nicely screwed. Don't stop there, get some more cash. Player 2. Player 1. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. Here's one for you. The man in the backwards yellow hat. And it's a dis or dat. Player 2. You seem to be behind, so why don't you play this dis or dat? I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the X button. If it's Curious George, press the B button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Make your selections before player 2, because if player 2 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the winnings. We good? Here we go. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. Egged a house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an osprey. Went to a Brazilian brothel. Forget George, I'm curious how someone could do this badly. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That brings a close to round 1, and player 3 is at the front of the class. This could get interesting. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And keep in mind, a wrong answer to the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Okay, let's do this. Try this on for size. Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Players 1 and 3. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Player 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Here we have Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Player 3? No. Players 1 and 2? 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah blah blah, he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's a good one. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein. Oh, player 3. Who's getting... Oh, you're screwed, player 1. You got 5 seconds. I think you know it's coming. Player 3, way to work that screw. Want a little more money? Player 2. Player 3. That's just nuts. Were you thinking of this one? Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born, probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Here's one I like to call Wine or Lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Player one. You got it. No, you didn't. Player three. This is right. Oops, this is white, which is wrong. Player two. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Next, I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player one, not much. Players 1 and 3? Can't do anything right, can you? Player 2? An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And don't ever forget,
remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. One takes it! Gee, Player One, you would have done better if you hadn't played the game at all. Goes to show you.
You don't know Jack!
Hi, I'm Mike Builder, General Manager of Jackbox Games. We've been hard at work coming up with new ways that you and your friends and family can play